All right, welcome to the Feedback Podcast. My name is Back. Appreciate you for tuning in. This episode 249, I guess, something like that. I don't know. I don't count no more. Anyway, couple announcements before I get started here with my guest. This is a late night show, so you're gonna have to bear with us. Make sure you follow the feedback on Instagram. Go back to the archives. I've talked to a lot of people. If you want to find out about Austin, the Austin nightlife, you can go back through. I mean, from episode one to like I don't know, 180 something. I talked to DJs, artists, musicians, the mayor before Rogan. I'll just point that out. But then a lot of funny people. I just had Jordan McDonald on. Doc Farrow from Young Sheldon was on recently. So go back, check it out. Leave a review, share with your friends. If you're on iTunes, leave a rating. That helps. Again, I don't have any sponsors. I don't have any. I don't make money doing this. I just do it because it's fun. I like to get to know people. I'm fascinated by people. I like to talk to funny people about funny shit and random shit. So this is the Feedback Podcast. Appreciate you. Now, oh, and follow Hip Hop Bingo as well on Instagram. Our next one will be on May 22nd at Native. We haven't announced what the edition will be, but follow, you'll find out. Just a heads up. I don't know what it is about Austin. You guys always buy tickets like 2 days before the thing. Like you can't make plans and be like, oh, we're gonna go to this. It's always gotta wait till last minute. But they always sell out. Okay, all hip hop bingo events always sell out, and then people ask me last minute, can I get in? No. So it's limited sitting. Fall hip hop bingo. When I announce the next, when the tickets are live, go get yours. It's always a good time. Shout out to K Cali. Shout out to Rudy Davino. Shout out to Chris Tobar. And shout out to Native Hostel and the Can't Even Comedy folks from LA will be back with a really, really funny lineup like they always do. So follow Hip Hop Bingo on Instagram. It'll be a good time. Now, again, this is a late night episode.
Yeah,
A long time coming. A long
yeah.
time coming. I got Monford Davis in my house. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm happy to be in your house.
Well, thank you. I'm
Yeah,
happy to have you
it's
in
been
my
a while.
house. Yeah, we've been trying to do this for weeks, but you work so damn much.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, I'm a door guy at Vulcan Gas Company. And I have been since May of last year, almost a year now.
You really like it?
Yeah, it's,
You're the second door guy that I've had on because I had Zach
yeah.
Bogus on, and
Zach's no longer a door guy. I'm
yes,
still a door guy.
yeah, I know
Yeah.
what he told a story about what happened and all
It was a
that
good
stuff.
story. I was there for all
Oh, you
that.
were there?
Yeah, I saw all that stuff.
Shit, man. I see. I have a lot of respect, and I've had other door guys on, like club,
Yeah,
just regular bar club door guys on the show, and I I, I couldn't do that. I
yeah,
couldn't do it, man. I gotta give you the props because I have a short fuse when it comes to drunk people, especially on Sixth Street. And if you've met me, if you heard any of the previous episodes, like I was a Sixth Street rat for years.
really.
Yes,
How long have you lived in Austin?
23 years.
Holy shit.
Yes,
So you were on 6th Street?
before it was dirty.
Really?
Before it was called Dirty Six. When it was fun, there was live music. People, no, no, I'm not saying there was no drama because I mean we didn't have shootings back then. Now that I remember, we had a riot once. That was fun.
Yeah.
A riot. Like the cops were on one side of Sixth Street. It was for Mardi Gras, and everybody else on the other side. People were flipping
The
cars. And
cops
shit.
couldn't do anything.
No, they couldn't.
It was, yeah.
But other than that, I mean, it was like it feels weird to me today. No, it doesn't weird. Actually, every once in a while, I do that. I do this. I just walk down Sixth Street and I'm like, oh, remember this used to be this and this used to be that. And I'm like, God damn, I'm old.
Yeah.
That's usually what it comes at the end of the day. That's when it comes out like, God damn, we're old, man. And we see all these kids running around, and you wonder, was I like that at that time?
You might have been.
How long you been in Austin?
Since April of last
Oh
year.
yeah, that's right.
Almost
You
a
said
year.
that. You said
Almost
that.
a year.
Yeah, yeah. From where?
Richmond, Virginia. 804.
That's white, ain't it?
It's mixed.
It's mixed.
It's white and black, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh
Well,
yeah.
it's probably more diverse than here then.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a smaller city.
It's like what, Round Rock size, Georgetown size, you think?
No. Maybe
Kyle, Buda.
maybe 1 million people with the city and the surrounding area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you came down
It's the
here.
capital of Virginia.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I think I knew
Yeah,
I think I think I knew that. I don't know capitals.
it's not as white as Austin.
Yeah, Austin is
Austin,
fucking white.
I didn't realize that when I came here.
Really?
I came here because this is where comedy was gonna
Right.
the bet you'd have the best chance if you're gonna pursue stand up comedy.
Right.
You could get stage time.
Yeah.
The pandemic was happening. I was driving hours and hours
Mm-hmm.
just to get 5 minutes on an open mic.
And then you're like, holy shit, this town's
I
white.
can go. I can. There's all these open mics, and it's like 10 minutes, like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
To me, that's nothing. Like here, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. That's no drive at all. I was driving 2 hours up to DC, 2 hours 45 minutes to Baltimore.
Shit,
It's
man.
going up to Baltimore almost 3 hours for 5 minutes on an open mic.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's hustle.
Did you stay in the house?
What house?
Did when maybe between like June 2020 up until were you still doing stand up?
No,
Were you doing the
no,
Zoom shit?
no, 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 no.
You didn't.
No.
You just took a break.
No, I think at the time there were only, as far as mics went, Roma Room was still having mics. That's the one I would go to the most.
Yeah.
Other than that, like I didn't really start back again until 2021, I think, like January 2021. But once the COVID hit, I was going through some other shit, personal life and stuff. Um, but yeah, I think I started back in January 2021.
Yeah.
And things people were still doing, at least mics, not necessarily shows, but just mics. Well, actually, Vulcan was already doing shows because it started back with the Tony
In November.
in November. Yeah, Tony and Joe and the Ron White one. I went to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit! I guess we don't care. This is fun. Why
But
not?
in January 2021, the rest of the country really wasn't doing
No,
much stand up.
no, we were,
Yeah.
and it worked.
I was like, this is awesome. I want to move here.
I mean, it's like, and you're right. I've gone to shows that actually the last show I went to at Vulcan was the Paul Verzi one, and I looked around. I was the only black person.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's pretty white in Austin. I didn't realize that.
Yo, did you grow up around black folks?
Yeah.
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 Like your best friend's black? I'm not putting you on trial here.
Not best friend.
No, God, no.
Not best friend.
God, no.
No, I grew up next to some Bosnian people though.
Oh, that's some culture.
Yeah, during the war, like in the early 90s.
Yeah,
You know the Bosnian war.
Yeah.
They came to America in like 98, 99 or whatever, Clinton administration. So I grew up next to a Muslim family from Europe. Which is like people think Muslim, they think like browns, Arab, but that's just not always the case.
Have you traveled to Europe before?
No, I've never left the country.
Never left the country?
No.
Where would you go? Get the mic closer.
South America.
Really?
Yeah.
For what? For the butts?
For the butts, but
Come on, Brazil.
There's a big booty Latino.
Yes.
No, I speak decent Spanish. I did like this immersion program in high school.
Oh, nice.
Spanish immersion. So I used to love Spanish, man. Before I did comedy, I wanted to be a translator,
like
interpreter,
work for the UN type shit.
Yeah, but then I was like, I started partying and shit. But then I was like, there's all these people that come to America and they, they learn English when they're like 5 years old and they already know Spanish.
Right.
So how am I ever going to compete?
It's not a competition. It's not a competition.
But if you're gonna have someone, you want someone that's actually, fluent.
Right. If you go to translation,
the earlier you start,
it would help.
There's kids learning 2 languages since they're born, and you reach a certain point, like 13, 14, where your capacity for language learning just, I don't know if
it's possible.
It's possible, but
trust me, it is.
For you to be able to think in another language, I don't know.
No, it's possible.
Yeah.
I have proof. When we came here in '98, my youngest brother was 9, and he didn't have English. And in France, you don't start a second language until you're actually around that age. And so he came here, no English, and picked it up. And then he picked up Spanish.
So young. He was so young.
Yeah, it was 9. But my other brother.
Try it when you're 20. It's not going to happen.
No, yeah, it can. See, yeah. I really believe it can. I mean, try when you're 60. It's going to be hard. Doesn't mean it's impossible.
Yeah.
But it's still doable. Immersion programs actually work, I think. I mean, if you do it for 2 weeks, you ain't going to do shit. But if you're there for like a solid
4 years, yeah.
I would say 6 months.
Yeah.
Like 6 months where you have no contact with your anybody who speaks English,
Yeah.
and where your brain has to go into overdrive and really learn and process things. It's crazy what can happen because next to you know, not that it will become second nature, but you'll find yourself picking up expressions here and there. I just had a Doc Farrow, from Young Sheldon on last week, and he said that he's going to Spain
Yeah.
in an like Spanish immersion program, and I'm like, you're gonna come back, like at least you're gonna know how to get around. I think in about a month to 2 months, you can get around. 6 months, I think you're fine. So is that where you're gonna go to Brazil to watch butts and learn Portuguese or?
Oh, mi menino. Portuguese, I have a background in Spanish. I would like to be a Spanish speaking country, but Portuguese is very similar.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
It has a weird accent to it.
I don't know. I think if you drop me in a Spanish speaking country for
Uh-huh.
6 months, I'd be okay.
But you'd go to where? To Spain?
Peru, not Spain.
Not Spain.
That
Spain is dope,
is
man.
it?
Yes.
That's a whole different kind of Spanish.
Yeah, but I mean, you want to learn? You want to learn Mexican?
I want Central American Spanish. I want like
Mexican.
yeah. Now some in you know in when you take Spanish in the United States,
Right.
the textbooks, a lot of it is, they teach a Spanish from Spain dialect,
Right.
and there's different conjugations of words for Spain only, but the whole rest of the Spanish speaking world doesn't. They don't follow those same rules.
Right. I mean, it's like the French that we speak in France versus the French that speak in Montreal.
Right.
Their French is fucked up.
Right.
It is fucked up. But there's it's just different variations, but the base is there, right? So
Yeah.
even if you, I think,
I think I do okay in Spain.
yeah, I think if you spoke Spanish, not if when you speak Spanish, and you go down to Brazil, I think you'll be okay. Like you'll get around fine.
Yeah.
So, um, but would you like what else about South America is like really attractive to you?
It's the jungle. You ever
Really?
done drugs back?
Yeah, I have.
Ayahuasca?
No, I haven't done that one. I heard about it, but never done it.
White people are now. It's popular. We're gonna do psychedelics.
Right.
We're gonna do ayahuasca, but we're gonna go to the rainforest and have a shaman.
Yeah,
and
on the
they're
side
gonna guide
of
us
the
through this
road.
trip. Yeah,
So does that?
I didn't do that.
Are you-
I ordered the supplies from Amazon.
Are you
There's
serious?
two different. You know,
Oh, we're getting trade
there's
secrets,
two.
y'all.
I'm not gonna go too deep into it because
Go ahead.
psychedelic talk is boring.
No. I'm learning here. This is.
But
welcome.
like I was 18, 19, 20, and you buy this this root, this acacia root, this tree, this bark, and I ground it up, and there's these other seeds, so that you combine these two plants and you grind them up and make a tea out of them. And I was
That's
I was my own shaman in my parents' kitchen,
That's
just drinking
ayahuasca
that
you were
shit.
making.
Yeah, I was making ayahuasca. It's tripping.
God damn.
I did it. So had all those experiences, just
By
tripping.
yourself?
Yeah.
Who told you? Like, how did you
I
find out?
don't know. I feel like I was trying
The
to find the
Bosnian
secret.
family next door.
Nah, they weren't into that shit. Man. They were very conservative. Pretty conservative. For like first generation Americans.
Yeah. And so you were. Hold on.
So I think if I went to where that stuff actually grows, I would feel a connection to that jungle spirit. I think.
How many times did you do it?
I don't know.
Oh, so
I don't
maybe
know.
a bunch of times
I did
then.
so much. Yeah.
And did you like do it with other people? Did you teach other
No.
people? You just did for yourself. You went on Amazon and ordered all the
Yeah.
ingredients.
Yeah.
But if it's natural, is that how they do it down there? Like it's like one thing down there.
It probably would have been more where they knew exactly how much they were taking. They were weighing it. I
You
think
just like
I just
DIY it.
yeah, that DIY
How was it?
it's intense, man.
Like what? From what I heard, it doesn't last, right?
It's like 3 hours.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Yeah, 3-4 hours.
3 4 hours, just like what? What are you seeing?
Just
What
I'm just
are you sitting
nauseous.
down?
I've thrown up. I'm nauseous. I'm just like rocking back and forth on the carpet, just laying on the floor.
And you're
just
19,
Yeah.
and your parents are like, Mumford, Come do the dishes.
Yeah, yeah. I had a lot of trouble with that, man. I did a lot of drugs.
Are you speaking in tongues or what?
I don't think
You don't remember?
I'm talking. Yeah, I don't really know.
So did you do it with friends? And friends were like, "Yo, Mumford, yo, you were like fucking walking on your hands and speaking Chinese and shit."
Nah, man. I don't think I tripped a lot with my friends.
You did it
I
all
did.
by yourself?
I tripped a lot by myself. Yeah,
Really?
mushrooms and acid and spice. You remember spice?
No.
You
What
ever
is
fuck
that?
with that?
No. I
The
said
the
okay.
sim
You talking to
the
okay.
drugs.
The most intense thing I've done is mushroom. Like
Yeah.
I'll fuck with weed,
How much
mushroom.
mushrooms?
I don't know what's how much. Like there was mushrooms in the bag.
Have you seen like like hallucinations,
No, I
like
did it.
patterns?
No, I did stupid shit. I did it twice. I think I told the story on the podcast before, but I was at a. So we had our own little Burning Man in Austin. It's called Art Outside.
Yeah.
It's not. It's a festival that's like an hour east of Austin, and it's one of those festivals where they had, well, of course, the art outside, but it was on this big ranch, and there's no phone reception at all, so nobody's on their phone. And I'm out there with my girlfriend at the time, and we go to the campground to the festival from the campgrounds, and get some shrooms, and we just lost track of each other.
What do you mean? You lost her?
Yeah, she was like, "I'm gonna go over here," I'm like, "I'm gonna go over there," and there's no cell phone reception, so I didn't see her for like 2 hours.
And you both ate the mushroom.
We ate the mushrooms at the same
So
time,
you
and then we
lost.
took off, so we lost.
Oh shit.
And I end up so what I remember, there was said all these like installation activation shit. Like they had the Tesla coils. They had these like dude was riding a bike. It looked like a huge owl, like with lights on it and
Yeah.
everything. And it had this giant dome. And this dome had some of the best sound system I ever heard in my life. And I'm in there and I'm tripping balls. And I get in the crowd. I just shimmy my way like to the middle of the crowd. I'd never do that. I like to be like on the outside, whatever, just chilling. But I'm like go right in the middle, and I'm standing there, and in my mind, I'm jamming. I'm dancing like a fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
But I'm not moving at all.
Right.
And I can feel everybody like going by me, but they're not touching me. But I can still. I have my eyes closed the whole time.
Wow.
And then there's a. I open my eyes, and I'm like, "There's a fucking monkey on the turntables." This is true. There's a fucking monkey on the turntables.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at people. I'm like, "Yo, check fucking monkey on the turntables." And it turned out that it was this band that had a monkey puppet
Oh my god.
spinning records. And it wasn't. It didn't look like a. It looked like a. It's like a. It's a purple monkey with a unicorn horn on
Yeah.
it, with like jewelry and shit. It's called the Fungineers. This is actual band. That's what they do. But for literally for a solid 30 seconds, I was like, "You don't see the monkey on the turntables?" So that was my mushroom trip.
Yeah.
But it's just stupid shit like that. But I don't. The thing is, when I do, except for weed, um, I never tried cocaine or anything like that. But like with mushroom, the thing is, I anticipate like the effect so much that I don't let it happen. You know what I mean? Like I don't. It's like I so want to be in control that
Right.
I'm like, oh, when is it going? Oh, it hasn't happened yet. It hasn't kicked in yet. When is it gonna kick in? And I'm just annoying.
Yeah.
And then when it does, I'm like, oh, okay. But it takes a while to get there. All the people I was doing it with, it took like 5 minutes. For me, it took like 30,
Yeah.
30 minutes.
Yeah. You gotta let go.
Yeah, see
That's
that.
a hard thing to do.
Yes, it is.
For me too.
So uh, so what's your list? Everything you've done.
Oh man.
Are you going to get in
DMT.
trouble if you say that?
No. I don't have any charges. Right.
Okay, just making sure.
It's DMT.
Oh, you tried DMT?
DMT.
What was that like?
I mean, it's just boring. We can get off this conversation. The drug talk is.
Oh, okay. I'm just curious. That's just.
It's I mean, you smoke it, and for like 5 minutes, you're just seeing these patterns, and Joe Rogan actually got me onto that.
Oh, really? That's why I
Yeah,
heard it the
like
first time.
2011.
Yeah, it's the first time I heard about it.
Right when the start of Bitcoin, when Bitcoin started popping off. Yeah, Bitcoin and the Silk Road. I don't know if you remember that Silk Road.
That's where the
That was the first black
dark
dark web
market. Yeah,
market. Yeah,
yeah, I
but it
remember
got
that.
raided after a little while. But I was buying off that shit.
All the ingredients for to make ayahuasca and all that.
The ingredients to make ayahuasca wasn't actually illegal, so you could buy them
You can get on Amazon
separately.
today
Yeah,
and still
I
make it.
think you might be able to.
All right,
Yeah.
might have some links to share later.
Oh, the kids are going. Don't do this.
No, don't do drugs.
Don't wait till
Kids.
wait till you're older.
Nah, I can't wait till my son listens to this.
Yeah.
I won't. So why the comedy then?
I had a. I've always loved it. Always loved watching stand up.
Like live or just had the huge?
When I was 19, I got a job at a comedy club. I was a server.
Which one?
The Funny Bone in Virginia.
Nice.
I worked at a Funny Bone, and I
Okay.
got to see a lot of cool people back in 2012.
Uh-huh.
And years went by, and bunch of drugs, bunch of arrests. I went to jail.
Man, it's dark.
Then I had a bad breakup after.
Oh, you had a girlfriend?
I had a girlfriend. Yeah, believe it or not.
I
Had a girlfriend.
I can believe it.
Like 2.5 years. It was the first serious one. Do you remember that?
The first year?
one when you were living with her.
Yeah, no, I didn't do that the first year.
You didn't live with your girlfriend?
No, I didn't.
Never.
After she got pregnant, yeah.
Okay. Well, I did. She was not pregnant, and I did that. That's a mistake.
After a year, it's too early. No, but before a year. Is that what you said? Within the first year, you move in with your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it was
you found out about some really weird shit when we live with
Yeah,
somebody.
you get too close. You get codependent.
It can't be all roses like, oh my God, we're so in love. Let's share beds and bring in my suitcase.
Had to be very serious. We had to grow up. Gotta pay bills.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
That'll do it. I mean, I was talking about it with a friend today. Like, think about the number of divorces that happen over the pandemic. When you're like, yeah, we're married, we're in a relationship, we're under the same roof, but God damn it, I need to see other people. Like I need to go to the post office. Like I you know what? It got to a point for me where I hate going grocery shopping.
Yeah.
I never had a good experience when I go grocery shopping, but I was excited during the pandemic to put a mask on and go to HEB.
Yeah.
I fucking loved it. Like that's I need that break just to, you know.
So what was your pandemic like? You were in the house?
Yeah, I was in the house. I mean, I don't want to get all like
personal.
Yeah, it put it this way. I felt like just like I said, like you're around somebody all the time, and it's not like the relationship is great to begin with.
Exactly.
And then you're like, oh wow, okay, I see now. I need to do something seriously, and then you try, and then you're like, yeah, not for me. You find out, like you said, you find out about you don't find out about somebody until you actually live with them.
Yeah.
For a while.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, for the rest of my life, I'm not signing for this. Yeah. I'm really not. And it's to each his own. There's only so much you can take, and in like any relationship, it's how much can you give versus how much you can take. Right. And then you find out what's that ratio. Are you comfortable with it? Yes or no? And if you are, good. If you're not,
Did you love her?
I did. Well, she's the mother of my child. She's a good person.
So that's recent. You have a young child.
Yeah, he's 4.
Okay.
He's 4. Do you want kids?
I've had a vasectomy.
Oh, that's right. You talked. I thought that was a joke.
No.
You did at 20 at that early?
Yeah, 21, 22.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to give away. By the way, you guys say it on stage.
I mean, I could get it reversed.
You can? It's a thing?
It's possible. I think so. The vasectomies are covered by most insurance plans, which at that age I had family insurance.
Right.
I don't anymore. But the reversals are like not covered. They're like $5-6 grand.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you're
Probably
done.
probably not gonna happen.
You're done. You can always adopt.
It might. Yeah, I could
Skip
adopt.
all the diaper shit.
I'm not. I don't have. I don't. Can't really take care of.
You have
I'm not that responsible right
you
now.
have plants, pets,
No.
hamster.
No. No. Nah. I had hamsters when I was a kid. I didn't take care of them. I didn't like cleaning the cage,
That's never fun.
and they
But
only live like a year or 2 years. You have a hamster?
my sister had one, and then he choked himself to death in his own house because he put too many cotton balls in his little house.
What do you mean? How did he choke himself?
Couldn't get out.
Oh my god!
Like he suffocated. Sorry, he suffocated.
So he got stuck in the house
Yeah,
with all the Oh my god!
I didn't do it. It
Yeah.
wasn't me. I, it wasn't me. But little pimps.
My hamster would try to get out of the cage.
Yeah,
it
you
would,
would
it
like
would jump up on the house
yeah.
and push the roof off, and it would climb out.
Yeah,
And then
American
a couple
Ninja
times
Warrior
we tried.
style.
Yeah, it just wanted to get out. So many times we put like the books on top of the cage of rocks.
It's still trying.
Then it would get out and try to put peanut butter out, and one time it came back. And then one time it was gone.
See, it's I don't see the point in that because you can't really play with a hamster.
Yeah,
Like get it like dog.
I
Okay,
should have.
do you ever have
Dog
a
or
dog?
a cat? I should have.
You don't play
They
with
never let
cats?
us. My
Cat-
mom and dad never let us.
You asked for one?
Yeah,
Do you have siblings?
I got one sister,
Younger or older?
a younger.
You play with her at least? I mean, not.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm from Virginia, but we didn't. We kind of did our own thing when we were young, real young. We played together.
Yeah. But like to where it's like there's a sort of
Nah, we wanted pets, man. But then after a certain point, it's like whatever. Didn't matter. I'm doing smoking weed now.
yeah. I got DMT and
Got DMT in the mail from the Bitcoin
Yeah.
that I bought that I should have kept.
So what else were you doing in Virginia? Just working and doing comedy?
Yeah, working, partying. I got into hip hop.
Really?
Yeah, I dropped out of college, but I got into hip hop, man. And I wanted to rap, and I liked being around that culture.
Yeah. What was it for you?
Doing some music videos, just
Who's from Virginia? Where is Virginia Beach?
Richmond, Virginia, the DMV. So DC, you got. I mean, there's Wale. And,
Well, I mean, how far back are we going? Because I mean, the Neptunes are from Virginia Beach. Does that count?
Who's from
The Neptunes?
the Neptunes? Yeah.
Timberland's from
Timberland.
there. Missy
Elliott. Chris Brown is
Chris
Tappahannock.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's not hip hop.
It counts.
It's close.
Still like talented
Yeah.
because when
Pharrell.
because when you think hip hop, you think East Coast, West Coast, and sometimes Houston,
Mm-hmm.
Chicago maybe, and then you're like, yeah, there's Virginia Beach actually. Virginia actually has some dope MCs coming. Now nobody cares about Florida.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's true. Did you try to rap?
I tried. I recorded some stuff.
No shit.
Yeah, man. And
What
I did a
was
little
your name?
spoken word too. It was just Monford Davis.
Oh come on,
Yeah.
man! No.
Yeah, I thought I'd be a good rap name because it's just
Monford
I
Davis.
thought, yeah.
If you're around black guys, they would have given you
Monford.
a nickname.
Yeah.
Do you have a nickname?
No, I never. I mean,
Monford,
I recorded.
You were Kendrick Lamar before Kendrick
Yeah,
Lamar.
I was trying. Yeah.
I'm Monford Davis, y'all.
Monford Davis.
Represent.
Yeah.
Were you freestyling?
From the
and everything?
underground. Yeah, I used to, man.
Shit, hell yeah.
And then I would take some of my writtens and I did spoken word. But then I got into stand up. I think this is what I should be doing. But I do
Really?
have that background.
But you
I still have that love.
But
it's just there's better people that should be doing that than me.
That's fine. You can still be a fan.
Yeah.
But there's the I mean, I really think that everybody at some point in their life wanted to be a rapper.
It seemed like so much fun.
No, it does. It seems like it. It really does. And until you really get into it, you're like, oh shit, yeah, this is serious.
Yeah.
Because I tried. I listened to. Well, there was French hip hop growing up. That was huge. But all French hip hop is based on American hip hop because every French rapper, producer, you name it, will say, "Yo, I was a huge fan of, Wu-Tang Clan and Mobb Deep and Eric B. and Rakim," and they would just drop it. And they would go to New York, like every DJ and producer. I'm talking like late '80s, early '90s, from France. They would go to New York, and then meet whoever, like a Rick Rubin or a young Russell Simmons, and then work with them and bring that shit back to France.
Right.
Actually, I just found out the Yo MTV Raps. You remember the show?
Yeah.
Yo MTV Raps came from a French photographer.
No shit.
So this French photographer, lady, she was taking pictures early in France, and she worked for MTV. And MTV asked her to develop a show. It was just called Yo, and she was friends with Fab Five Freddy, and so the show was already going on in the UK. And then Freddie saw it, and it was like, "This is dope." And then she was like, "Okay, we could talk to MTV so we can do something similar in the US." And that's how UMTV Raps. It was like a year later, UMTV Raps started. But anyway, the relationship between American hip hop and French hip hop is really tight. Um, but I forgot where I was going with this. Yes. So when I first started listening to hip hop, I was like, American hip hop was like 10, 11. So it was like Doggy Style. It was, the Chronic. And I was just like, I just learned the words by heart. I know what the fuck they meant, but I just would learn the words. And I did rap with some friends. I would rap in English, and they would rap in French. And we would, one year I came back, I was already here, and then I came back and we went to the studio, recorded 2 songs, and we did a music video. It's called Street Ball Niggas. It's stupid. It's not stupid. It was just fun to do. Like 2 days of shooting, 2 days of editing, and then we showed it in the park, like on a giant screen. But did you perform?
Yeah.
As like, did you open for somebody or did you?
No, it never got that serious.
Man, I'm
But it was fun for a while, man. It was sometimes it was just fun hanging out, smoking weed, drinking a couple beers, and just
It seems nice.
just recording and freestyling.
Do you have tapes from back then?
Tapes?
Or CDs? I don't know. I don't know.
No. There's.
Come on,
I have
you
a
don't
couple.
have nothing recorded.
I've got some recordings. Yeah.
Yeah. And do you listen to them?
Yeah, I mean,
I would love
maybe,
to listen.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe I'll put them out. I took them down from SoundCloud.
Oh, they're on SoundCloud.
Yeah, I had them on SoundCloud.
What kind of rapper you think?
What kind of rapper was I?
Yeah, are you humming? Or are you actually saying?
I had bars.
Things?
Yeah. Actually, there's some out. Yeah.
Man, I would love to hear that. Did you? Well, who was your like rapper? Like, oh, yo, yeah, this is the guy.
I don't even know.
No, Action Bronson.
When I first got introduced to it, it was maybe early 2000s. So like Ludacris, 50 Cent,
Yeah,
Paul Wall,
yeah. But you think
Eminem.
it was influenced South, East, West, what?
I don't know.
I know.
I got into some underground shit, man. I got into a lot of the rhyme Rhymester stuff.
Oh, nice.
I love Atmosphere.
Yes.
Idea and Abilities.
Thank you.
Dude,
R.I.P.
I love Idea.
Yeah.
Uh,
You like some Brother Ali?
I love Brother Ali.
Yeah.
I've got family in Minnesota. My mom's whole side is from Minnesota, but I've never seen like the Minneapolis hip hop scene. I would love to go there. I would love to go back there and do comedy there.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever been?
Minneapolis?
Yeah.
No, but I've seen Brother Ali many times.
I've seen Atmosphere and Ace Out Rock and Dem Atlas.
Yeah, let me see. That's the thing. Like in the 2000s, like once my English got better and I was listening to what was on the radio,
Lyrical shit
I was
is
like,
good.
Fuck that shit. I'm going on the ground.
Yeah.
And that's when I found out about Slug and I mean I went deep. I went to like
MF Doom.
Yeah, I wasn't that big of a Doom fan.
Yeah.
Because don't get me wrong, I always appreciated.
Good vibe to that shit.
Yeah, you can
have that on.
But sometimes it sounded so random.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the penmanship, whatever the word is, and like how he builds his rhymes, because it like people study this shit now, like MF Doom lyrics.
But you know, like there's crazy people out there. There's a lot of mental people. All these people have mental illnesses.
Like rappers?
Just the listeners.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes those like random ass words, like people that are creating, like this is meaning something to them. Like,
I bet. I mean,
it might speak to people. You never know.
Slug
you
to
put
me.
Shit out.
Slug to me was not a rapper. It was more of a poet.
Yeah. Storyteller.
Yes. My favorite atmosphere song. Uh, he goes, throw your hands up in the air and waving like you just don't care. See, you deserve a record. Something. Work that body. Make sure you don't hurt nobody. Fuzzy Fuzzy has a bear. Fuzzy has that. You know that one?
Mm.
My songs.
Yeah.
Yes. So how does it go? My life isn't cool as your life, and oh shit, my life isn't cool as your life. And someday I wish stab in my sleep by your wife. So stop asking me what's wrong and keep acting like you don't know the words to my song. That beat is phenomenal. It actually like I can't play it for like copyright.
They have a great producer, Ant.
Oh yeah,
Slugging
man.
Yeah.
Oh, you ever got into 7L, Esoteric, those guys?
I got into Evidence. I got into
Evidence, yeah. Dilated.
Dilated Peoples.
Arsonist.
Living Legends. A lot of Merce.
Yes. Yo, yeah, Merce. Yeah. I like me some back then.
Grouch and Eli.
Grouch and Eli.
Yeah.
I got to meet Eli at South by. Latif the True Speaker.
Yeah.
Zionai.
Cannibal Ox.
Cannibal Ox was weird.
Yeah.
I heard a
some
song.
Weird shit, man.
I heard a song recently by Cannibal Ox. I had no idea it was him, and I was like, "This is dope." But I remember Cold Vein, the Cold Vein album, was just weird top to bottom. What was the? I forgot that one track. That. Oh shit. Anyway, but like yeah, D12. I like me some D12 back then.
They were getting a Cage.
Yeah, Cage was great. Copyright. Cage and copyright. People are tuning out. If you're an underground hip hop fan, you know exactly what we're talking about. So that was the website. Remember undergroundhiphop.com?
Yeah, it's still around, right?
No, it's gone. So the guy who ran it
for a while.
Then that was my go-to.
I've been just focusing on comedy.
We'll get
past
to that.
Couple years, yeah.
But so the guy who runs it, I think it's just his Twitter is like Hip Hop History Man or something like that. But that was the go-to for anything underground hip hop. Like he had the videos, he had the vinyls you could buy.
They would promote albums that were dropping.
Shit, yeah, and they had all these radio channels. Remember that? You could download. I
don't know.
They had like artist-specific radio channels. So they had an atmosphere radio where it was you could just tune in and then it was just a bunch of atmosphere shit. And then they had these mixtapes, and this guy was DJ Food Stamp. DJ Food Stamp. Yeah. And I remember like he had drops on it. Every mixtape he goes, "It's the first of the month," because that's when they would drop. Yeah. And you could I have like maybe 20 of them that I downloaded from back then, and it was always this dope underground shit. And yeah, and today I think he just does mixtapes on Twitch, SoundCloud, stuff like that. And every once in a while he puts out, "Hey, this is me with with Rock Hour Science and Babu, and this is me with the Q Unique and One Below." Like those were the guys by then.
But it's not the same anymore.
No. They don't like he stopped. There was that site and there was hiphopsite.com also that had a lot of underground shit. Yeah. But that those were my go-to, man. I miss those days. Don't make them maybe there's some underground shit.
Did you ever graffiti? You ever graph right?
I mean, on my notebook,
not on walls.
Not on walls. No, have you? No.
But that's cool though.
Did you ever try DJ?
No.
Just rapping. That was the one pillar you wanted. Dancing.
Oh no! I've always been, dude. I've always been so fat, man. I've been a big boy, man. I could never. I used to want to. I would
still want to.
I still want to. I would look up the videos. It was like back in the 2007. There was just little like animation, little gifs.
Did you? Yeah, that's fine. Sorry, buddy. That's cool. Yeah, I mean
to do the Bronco, like you jump from your hands back to your legs, like
Get your legs up. Yeah. So when you went
it's breaking.
Yo, I mean I was a dancer and I was like
really?
I didn't spit on my head though. I would do like choreography stuff like that, like Michael Jackson, blah blah blah. But yeah, don't ask me to spit on my head. Can't do that shit. I think it's more fun if you dance without doing breakdance shit, where it's just like your body moves, or however it moves, doesn't matter. Yeah. Nobody's asking you to do a flex.
I like to dance.
Oh,
I dance still. I I'm just crazy. Just fucking move, and it makes people laugh. I enjoy it. It makes people
That's
happy.
fine. I'd love to see it one day
Yeah,
because it's a big statement to make.
yeah.
But I do believe
I don't care.
no, I do believe everybody can dance though. I
Yeah,
really do. Some people look better doing it
yeah,
than others,
exactly.
but everybody can do it. So tell me so what was the click to get on stage the first time?
With stand up,
Yeah.
so the girl left, and I would always have on podcasts. I'd have Tiger Belly, and Joe Rogan, and
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Santino, and Ari Shafir, and
Right.
A lot of Joey Diaz.
Larger idea. It's
A
like
lot
I
of Joey.
can't stand that
He's
guy.
fucking so good.
The
Yeah,
cocksuckers.
I would
Yeah.
play all this shit, and she just hated it. And
That's why she broke up.
no, no, it wasn't going good. Yeah,
Wow, but did she made was
it
that
wasn't going good for a while. But
oh
I remember telling her that I wanted to do it, and she's like,
no,
I
don't
don't
do
know
it.
if you're, I don't think
Don't.
you're funny. Like, it's
And then
like,
you
fuck this bitch.
you gotta go.
I'm gonna do it. So like a month after that, I went to my first open mic, and I was scared.
Which where was that
It was
in Richmond?
in Virginia, in
Okay.
Richmond, yeah,
And then
2019, yeah, and it was awful, and I didn't go back for like another month and a half
how
to do
nervous
another.
were you?
So nervous. I went up last.
Did you
I
prepare?
looked up online where the place was. I mean, what I could. I didn't know what a joke format was. Do you remember your first one?
Uh, yes, I do.
It was bad.
Eh,
Or you did
it-
you're one of the people that killed the first
no,
one.
no, I wouldn't say kill,
Yeah.
but I got a few chuckles, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's like there's this assumption that you see other people do it, and then you assume, oh yeah, yeah, I can do that, and then you get up there and like, oh fuck, I got to make these people laugh. This is rough,
Yeah.
right? And some people have it, some people don't, and some people come prepared. Some people just go up there and riff, and they think it's gonna be okay. You can be over prepared, or you're not prepared at all. There's not like a middle ground, like your first time,
Yeah.
and then whatever, however you feel when you get down from the stage is gonna like determine whether or not you're gonna do it again or not. And you're like, fuck this shit, and you waited another.
I just like got off the stage and went straight to my car and drove away. I mean, I think I got a chuckle or two maybe. But I tried
Yeah.
it again, and I was nervous. And there was times where I would show up to the spot, to the
Mhm.
bar where the open mic was gonna be, and I saw all the people hanging outside, and I just went back, turned back around, and went back to my car, and drove back home.
Yeah.
Because the girl left, so now I'm in a 2-bedroom apartment by myself for like a year. Yeah, with all her fucking everywhere I look, all the memories. Uh,
And so you're like, okay, this is it. After
but I'm like, I'm gonna commit. I turned 26. I'm like, I'm gonna commit to something in my life. Whatever happens, I got nothing to lose. I'm gonna do this.
mm-hmm.
I've got the vasectomy. I don't have to worry about having kids right now. If I
I can
do,
fuck all I want.
if I do, which I'm not fucking that much anyways. But there was times like, yeah, I don't have to worry about, you know, getting pregnant. But
There's other
I,
things you can worry
so I
about.
committed to it. So I'm gonna do comedy, and I just tried to hit as many open mics as I could. I tried to get as much stage time
I mean, that's the name of the game.
until coronavirus, and
Yeah.
then I tried even harder to the ones were fewer and far between. I still tried to do everything.
Mm-hmm.
When the half the scene was like, if you do this, and you're a bad person, but I was like, fuck it.
If you do this, you're a bad person. If
Yeah.
you went out during COVID and
Yeah,
did comedy,
you know that. There's
Yeah,
people in
that's
Austin that they have that mentality.
yeah,
Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
But it's like I have like mental, issue. I need to. This makes me feel complete as a person. Like I need this.
Do you? Okay, so
So it's like I'm choosing between my mental health and other people's physical health, and it was a crazy time. But yeah, I did comedy.
well, let me ask you this: so, are you one of those that, and this is not a bad thing, where, like, if you weren't doing comedy, you wouldn't do anything else? Like, this is you.
I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, you might end
It
up being
it
a
it
great
fits.
carpenter. I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm not telling you to
What-
quit. Look, hold
No,
on.
yeah,
I'm not telling you
you're
to
right.
quit.
Yeah.
I'm saying that there's more to you than that possibly.
Maybe.
Nah, I think so. I think so. This is not a
My dad's a
session.
carpenter.
Oh shit! Well,
Yeah.
there you go.
But it's so boring. I didn't want to learn that shit.
Well, I'm not,
I probably should have because there's very few carpenters now.
Hey, you always need a
Like that would
carpenter.
be a
You
great
always need a
skill.
plumber.
Yeah.
You always need a carpenter. You always need someone to do the AC shit in
Yeah.
Texas. That's what my dad was like. If you learn a job, do a job that people gonna need you like year round. Like, okay, and now I work for a software company, but whatever, whatever. So, what was your take on the Austin comedy scene when you came here? Except for the fact that it's mostly white folks.
There was some black people. I went up to Colleen. You know,
Yeah, that's all.
I
Yeah.
liked Colleen. I liked Twice as Funny, and that only being an hour away, it's not that bad. People bitch about Austin, but it's like you could. There's Houston and there's Dallas and there's Colleen
Hmm.
and San Antonio. Like this is a good like Texas as a whole. Because this is my first experience with Texas, it's a good spot. You could do a whole tour in just in Texas
Yeah,
and never leave
there's some
Texas.
comics that only do Texas, and
And if you can perform for white people and black people and Hispanic people, then you're hitting all the areas, all the markets.
pretty much, pretty much.
It's pretty good. I liked it. It was weird when I first got here because everyone's trying to figure out, you know, who's who and the pecking order.
Oh yeah, I mean
Or
this is a, outside of
people coming here, they just started.
yeah.
People coming in there a couple years in, and people that were doing it for 5 6 years now they're already on top.
Yep.
But it was weird.
It's I was having a conversation. I had David Santafonte, and we're talking about it. Like if you think about comedians as a community, where like we're all in this together type of deal. Like we're all trying to be funny. We're all trying to get stage time. We're all trying to get better. We're all trying to make it and trying to live off of it. Hopefully, some people drop off, some people make it, whatever. By the end of the day, it's still the same process for everybody. Then you would think that the egos would go away.
Yeah.
You would think.
Yeah.
You would think. But there's some entitled motherfuckers out there
Yeah.
who think that they just God's gift did the next Carlin,
Yeah.
and you're like, yo, you started last week.
I that's and working the door. I got to deal with these people.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that
These open
shit.
market. They think it's just walk in and just walk around. They don't want to buy a ticket. I got to deal with a lot of entitled comics that don't deserve to be that entitled.
I mean, we're laughing about it because like somebody gotta tell. I mean, it don't get me wrong. It sucks to crush someone's dreams, no matter what the dream is, right? But I think at some point you got to be real with yourself and be like, "Yo, are you really cut out for this?"
Yeah.
If you're brand new and you don't, th- I mean, there's a saying that I've heard a lot of professional comics tell me is that, "Do you get it?" And they don't really describe what the it is. It's a do you have an understanding of what it takes? Do you have um, do you have the dedication and the commitment and the willingness to to you know bomb and shit the bed and sometimes be funny, sometimes be heckled. Like there's a lot to this. It's like they say it's the lowest form of lowest form of entertainment because the barrier of entry is very small, right? And everybody thinks they can do it,
Yeah.
but it's being funny is something that everybody thinks they have. I mean, you go on Twitter, you can look at comments on YouTube, it's on Instagram, it's all people trying to be funny. That's all it is. Who's gonna have the wittiest, you know, tweet? Who's gonna have the nicest the memes? And which is fine because in and of itself, it is a form of comedy. And I get it. I will never knock the attempt at it. Um, but when comics say, "Hey, do you have to get it," it's a whole. How can I put this? It's a whole universe you're diving into, and you have to be ready for it, and that takes time to build. But people go in there thinking like, "Oh yeah, I will be on Rogan next month." I'm like, "Are you out of your fucking mind?
Yeah.
Seriously." Somebody got to tell you, "Hey man, go get a day job."
Yeah. You're gonna need one for a while.
It's that
Yeah.
for the rest of your life. Like this is not for you, and it sucks to say.
Have you ever met people that are a few, maybe 3, 4, 5 years into comedy,
Hmm.
and their focus is on paying the bills with comedy?
Hmm.
So they'll host a couple shows, you know, weekly shows, monthly shows, so that technically they are paying the bills with just comedy. But should that really be the goal?
To pay just to pay your
Yeah,
bills.
you're hosting some shows, you're running some shows, producing shows.
Yeah.
So you're making maybe 15 to 2 grand a month with comedy. Is that making it?
No. No, I don't, hold on. I don't want to. I don't want to say no. I
There's so
think
many different focuses, that
that's
different
what I'm saying.
areas
That's what
that
I'm
you could.
saying. Yeah. There's and I had that conversation with
Trying to
Rebecca.
hone a craft, or you just trying to
Be everything.
quit the day job? Quitting the day job really the marker?
No, I think is once you start getting paid and you become. I think like if you become a regular somewhere,
Yeah,
um, I would say. I mean, you hear about the like the 10 year mark is what most comedians will tell you. It's like, yo, after 10 years, you know, if you've been doing grinding 10 for 10 years, something will happen. Some people will happen earlier, some people will happen later. But that's kind of the rule of thumb, right? Um, but I think that to Rebecca's point, which I agree with, because the barrier of entry is so small, people just focus on that. Where there's other things you can do in comedy that would actually, like David was saying, help the community as a whole. So if you just stick to being a producer, uh, case in point, Brandon was a comic, and then it was like, you know what? I'm actually better at being behind the scenes and putting on shows, and it started Big Laugh, which makes perfect sense. You know what I mean? Uh, Kate, same thing. Kate Lois, same thing happened to her. She was like, I mean, she realized that, oh, this comedy thing's not for me, but I can actually help the community and put some folks on. Great. I do appreciate it when comics branch out and um, get on the production side as well, like run their own shows, as opposed to people who had nothing to do with comedy doing it. But again, when it gets into the egos and I only put my friends on, I'm only putting you on because it's a tit for tat type
that's
of
the
thing.
thing. I mean, I like doing shows. I like performing. I just like doing stand up.
Hmm.
But it's at the point, like, should I start a show just for the fact that I could put people on, then they'll put me on their show? Like, we're just having some leverage in that way.
It
So it's
depends.
just you're just then I wouldn't even be doing it because I really want to do it. I'm just doing it because it feels like I need to have a show. I need to have some kind of bargaining chip for the rest of these other people.
No, I don't think it's a need. I don't think it's a need. I think it's more of a like relationship 101.
But I would like to gain some better hosting skills.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different muscle.
But
It
why
really is.
host a show? You could host an open mic.
It's a different deal.
Yeah,
That's different.
I got to learn all these things.
Do you think you need to learn all these things?
I think over
You want
time.
to
I
be
mean, for sure. Yeah,
like to
you
just be
want to be well rounded, right?
exactly, exactly. So you can
There's no rush.
yeah, you can flex that muscle however you want it, and just you know take your time. But I think just like any community, it's about relationships.
Yeah,
Whether it's your you work in service industry, you work in the tech industry, whatever you're doing, it's if you can take the ego out and appreciate what people are doing and so as basic as hey, just show some love, just
yeah,
support. That will always go a long way. No matter what you end up doing, whether you go, oh, you know what, I'm gonna start producing stuff, or hey, you know what, I'm gonna partner with this other company and I'll be the booker just for that. Or hey, I got a venue that wants to work with me, and they give me a cut, so now I'm becoming their programming director for that one venue. Whatever, or keep doing comedy, whatever your path is. I think that at the end of the day, what matters, just like in any job, it's what's your network. And the sad part is there's such ego tied to this art form because you want to be the best. Everybody wants to be the best. I mean, it's really in anything, but and you get you get bitter because other people are getting ahead of you. People who started after you get ahead of you somehow, or you're not getting the stage time you think you were going to get, or you're frustrated because you're not doing as well as you think you should, and that just brings you down and you become angry, and then you can tell on stage what your mindset is like. It doesn't translate well. People are like, yeah, fuck that guy, he's not that funny, he's just a bitter comic. He's a sad clown who never he became the Joker down the
Yeah.
road.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sad clown.
Yeah, it's
Atmosphere.
no, I mean, it is a reality. I'm not saying that it's not a good or bad. It's like it is a
Have
thing.
you seen that?
What?
People like that?
Um, not personally. People I know personally, but um, I've heard. I mean, people talk and they say, "Oh, this guy shouldn't be there. The fuck, I should be up there. Oh, this guy's not funny. This girl's not funny. Whatever that." And I'm like, the fuck do you care? How about you focus on your shit?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's a. How put this? I don't think it's not a race. I think there's plenty for everybody. It's like everybody want to be a rapper, everybody want to be a comic. You know, everybody want to be a DJ. I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, you think there's more comics, more DJs, and more rappers?
I think there's more people trying to be in the hip hop game than the comedy game.
You think
I
so?
think it's a little more saturated.
I
See,
th-
I think that would be harder to get into.
the well, then if that's harder, there's less of them. Comedy is easier to get in.
It's easier. Yeah, there's
So
less.
so I would think there'd be more comics because even DJs. Because I mean, I've looked up like DJ agencies and people who book DJs and they show their roster, and you're like, okay, first of all, you need gear just to get started as a DJ. As a rapper, you need to have bars and you need to demonstrate, you need to sell your shit. Like nobody will give you a chance really until you're actually good. Comedy is the other way. It's anybody can get in, you can suck and still get on stage somehow. You know what I mean? So if you do the math, I would think there's way more comics than DJs and rappers. Just from for that, that's just my analysis. Like that pull out of my ass. But does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's an interesting process. It's not a sorry. I'm just ranting now.
Do you ever struggle with that though?
Huh?
Do you ever struggle like fuck? I should be on that.
No, because
Have you? Were you ever like that?
yes,
Yeah.
but in that moment, you can be like that in the moment
Yeah.
and see someone on the lineup. You're like, fuck.
Damn, I want
He's
to be
been
on
there.
that show.
Yeah, I want to be on that show. But if you counter that with, oh, good for them.
Mm.
Maybe I should be out there more. Maybe I should do more mics. Maybe I should show my face to places. Maybe. And then you just like internalize it. And instead of pointing the finger, you look at yourself and go, what am I not doing?
Exactly.
What am I not doing that doesn't get me this gig? And I think that's what it comes down to. But in the moment, it's going to happen. Like your brain is going to go, fuck that bitch or fuck that dude. Like, what the hell is he doing
And I feel bad about myself for thinking like that.
Huh?
I feel bad about myself for thinking like
No,
that
but
afterwards.
Well, but that's okay. But if you feel like that, you resent that person. Next time you see him, like, well, what?
It's not them.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
always you.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So if you let that linger, and you don't like process it right, and you're not thinking, oh, maybe I didn't step my game up.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
you're just gonna keep falling behind.
exactly, exactly. My thing is this: like, I don't know where this is gonna take me. I just because I I know I'll always have something to fall back on because I'm always working on like side projects or whatever, and you know, and I actually had this talk with Tony Hinchcliffe. It was right before my son was born, and he said, "Don't use that you're about to be a dad as an excuse for not getting on stage, because on the contrary, use that like as fuel, like 'cause you don't have material and you'll be able to get up there and talk about it." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's a good angle, right?" Um, I wanted to say but I didn't because that was great advice.
Yeah.
Um, but now
Yeah.
I can say but it's like any put it this way, man. I feel like I'm being like your orientation
No,
coach.
go ahead.
Um, it's like anything you get into. It's how much are you willing to dedicate to it. It's 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna write for 5 and go try it for another, you know, 19? Is that the game? Because I mean, I hear professional comics say, "Yo, I used to do 30 shows a week, like 30 mics a week. I would just go up and down the street, up and down the city, like go drive an hour away to just get it done and come back. And then, oh, there's this other thing we can go to. All right, let's all get in the car and then go and do that and do that for 20 years." Like I've always been envious of people who at a young age were like, "Yo, this is what I'm gonna do."
I know.
That's one thing that I'm like, "Fuck, if I had that, shit." Did you see that dude, Mr. Beast? Have you watched that
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
I was listening to that today, and I'm like, here's a kid. I never heard of him until the Rogan episode.
Yeah.
Never heard of him. Never seen his videos. Nothing. They'd be like, "Yo, you gotta watch this Mr. Beast guy," and da, 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 da. And I'm like, "What is it?" So I'm like, the kid had one thing since age 11, and that thing's called YouTube, and he studied it for thousands and thousands of hours at 11. At fucking 11, what were you doing when you were 11?
I couldn't commit to anything at that age.
No, exactly, exactly. But there are people out there that just like are so obsessed with something that
So,
nothing else
and the
matters.
sooner you figure out what you want to do, the better chance that you're gonna be great at it.
Exactly. I'm 40.
Yeah.
Does that tell
I'm
you?
28. I feel too old already. I got
Sh-
into the game too late
no,
already.
no, no, no. Look, there's plenty of success. Look at Dean Del Rey,
Yeah, Dean Delray, Joey Diaz.
Joey Diaz. Look
It's
at
not. It's possible.
Lewis Black,
I'm just thankful that it could have been
Rodney
later. At least I
Rodney
figured.
Dangerfield.
Yeah,
You ever seen a young Rodney Dangerfield? Never.
it's old.
Nobody's
It's
ever
old
seen.
Ronnie.
It's all old Rodney. Rodney.
Yeah,
There's no young Rodney, funny Rodney. It's all old Rodney. So it can happen. It can happen, and um, I mean, it's a grind like anything else. It's just how bad you want it, and if it doesn't work out, what do you do? That's all. I feel like I'm having a therapy session with you right
we
now.
should have a therapy session. I think I'm all right. I think Back is saying that I need to pick another. Uh, I need to pick a trade or something.
No, 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 no. I'm not saying that. I'm not. No, no, don't put words. I did not say that. What I'm saying is,
I don't want to work on air conditioners. I don't do that.
HVAC, Mumford.
Yeah,
This is where money at.
80 grand a year.
No, no, no.
No, I don't.
You know what? We have and I think it's a. I was talking about a show that I started watching. That was my dope shit from last episode. Um, called The Stand Ups, and it's a French TV show on Netflix
Yeah,
about French comics, like how they come up in the game, and they have these different characters, and they all have their own storyline. Like There's the washed up comic who gets in his own way because he's a cocaine addict. The other one is married with a kid, and she talks about her husband
Act.
in her act,
Yeah.
and he doesn't like it. And the dude is like a writer or a journalist, something like that. And there's the other guy who's like, I live with my dad. My dad's a loser, doesn't make any money, so I have to make money to support my dad. But we smoke weed all the time, and I'm trying to make this comedy thing work, but I should get a job so I can support my dad. It's like it's really good. That was my dope shit last time. Check it out. It's really good. But anyway, like immigrant family have this thing that, and they're all immigrants in France. Have this thing like, oh yeah, you know, we work hard to come to this country, so you should be a blah blah blah, be a lawyer, be a doctor, be an astronaut, whatever the fuck. But there's always this pressure of like, yeah, the fuck you doing comedy for? Like, how you gonna live? How are you gonna get married one day? You gonna what? Be on the road, like you know, 4 days a week?
I can't wait for that.
But you have a vasectomy, you're fine. You can't wait for the road.
Yeah, I look forward to it actually.
Yeah, have you tried? Have you been?
A little bit.
Like out of state or just?
Just not really. No, I've done some stuff out of state, but I've listened to all that.
No, but like to where?
Going from hotel to hotel.
Like by yourself, not with friends.
Yeah.
Not with comic friends, just by yourself.
Booking your own gigs.
Yeah. Like you come to one town by yourself, you drive in.
I'm ready for that.
You get on Facebook, you're like, hey, I'm in town for a couple of weeks, and anybody can book me.
And to make money, I don't know if they'd actually pay me to the point where I have enough money to get to the next town yet. Because that's how you continue it, right?
Right.
You'd have to get enough money to pay for
gas
if you're living in your car or yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at like Hans Kim who lived in a van, fucking Dre Ricks did too, and I'm like, yeah, your overhead is nothing. Like, you're mobile. You can go anywhere. You know, post up and be like, oh, I'm in town for a couple of weeks. What's up? Where's the shows?
Yeah.
But it's rough, man. I gotta say, it's rough. Like I had Jordan McDonald, and he was like, my goal is to be on the perform at the Apollo. I'm like, yeah, that's a dream. It's a huge dream, but he sees it, and that's like that's his goal. So it's working at it. Where do you think he's gonna take you?
Comedy?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Where do you want to be? I guess. I feel like I'm interviewing.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I'm just fucking with you. I don't have to answer.
I think I'll be happy with wherever it takes me because I'm enjoying the ride.
Exactly.
And it's fulfilling me in the moment. The growth is fulfilling me.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't happy with my life before I started doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool to get better at something and make people happy and make people laugh and have a skill.
Yeah. So this is the happiest you've been in a long time?
Yeah.
Good.
For sure. And I've got more opportunities than I ever could have imagined. So I wish I could tell you, I want to be on America's Got Talent, and that's my dream.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if I just continue doing what I'm doing, then, you know, it could be that or more. Something that I can't even imagine right now.
Life can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never know.
I'd be happy, you know.
You meet the woman of your dreams.
And then quit comedy.
I didn't say that. Yeah. I did not say that.
Yeah.
And she actually supports
she's dope.
you.
Maybe she's dope.
She supports you. She loves Joey Diaz.
Yeah, my comedy gets even better.
You have plenty of material, and she loves it.
Yeah, maybe she writes the jokes. Maybe she helps.
What if she's a comic? Would you date another comic?
I don't know. I don't know if that's a good idea.
Nah.
What do you think?
No. I don't think so.
I won't.
No, I would date somebody funny.
Yeah, but not another person that's also wants.
No, that's rough.
Yeah,
that is rough. There's so much comparison.
Have you ever?
What?
Dated a comic?
No.
Fuck a comic.
No.
Okay.
I fuck funny girls.
Yeah.
But fuck a comic, no. I don't.
So you didn't see her name on the open mic list and your name on the same open mic list. No, never. You never did.
No,
that.
have you?
I won't do it again. I won't do that again.
Oh, we're about to get into the gossip segment.
No more gossip. Podcast. No, you should. I didn't know. They always say don't do that, but
fucking another comic.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
but like anything, you learn once you do something that you should not do.
Has it happened once or twice?
Once,
Once, just
I
once.
won't do it
You
again.
like never again.
No,
What was it?
just
Was
it's
it
just
weird?
not good. Yeah, it's not. You just don't. You shouldn't shit where you eat. You know,
That's a good way to put
dude.
it.
It's just like take it seriously. It should.
It's rare.
But everyone's moving to Austin. This is like freshman year at college. All these comics coming here from all over the world and the country.
No, it's like a
East
big.
Coast and West Coast. We're partying this first year, but now we got to get serious a little bit now.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this about Austin. Uh, Austin is a big high school.
Yeah,
It's always been this way.
really.
Yes, it's like if you're in uh, any kind of entertainment in Austin, arts, music, dance, comedy, whatever, you're there's like a 2 degree separation. Like you can't introduce somebody and they don't go, oh yeah, I know that guy. Oh, you know that guy. We have like 50 mutual friends. We had no idea. Austin's always been like that. But now with comedy, it's like with everybody moving here, is it feels incestuous, very. And you're like, I feel like I've rarely gone to a show or a mic and I didn't recognize like 90% of the faces in there. Like
The audience
comics.
too.
Not only the
Oh,
audience,
just the comic.
just
Yeah,
the comics.
yeah, I
Just
know.
comics. And
This is a much bigger scene than where I came from. But I've already. I feel like I know almost everyone.
yeah, at this
Yeah.
point, yeah. And you know exactly where they're at. You know, it's 6 years, 10 years, 2 years, 2 months, a week, but they're all in there.
Yeah.
And they're all in there. And you're like, God damn it. Some of y'all need to do something. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's all
I
good.
think that sometimes, but then I'll bomb and I'll be like, fuck, maybe I'm the one that should be doing something else.
No, 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 no.
But
It's
I don't think that.
okay.
I think I struggle with the confidence sometimes.
You were good tonight. I
Yeah,
gotta
I
say,
mean, yeah, but I feel like that could have been better.
good.
But that's
That
I
you know
hear
what
that's the mentality to actually make people great is they always think
the
it sucks.
humility.
Yeah.
You have to be humble. If you go out there like your shit don't stink and you walk around like your shit don't stink, only few people can pull that
But
off.
you also have to you don't want to be like that, but you also don't want to appear nervous and
No, I don't think it's a matter of
you have to look comfortable
Yes,
to a
it's not.
degree.
That's different. You can be nervous, but still look
But
comfortable.
you can't present nervousness or nervous energy.
Right. You can. So, I think that the audience feels it when you're not being authentic.
Right.
They can feel it because let's say you're like, for example, uh, if you tell a joke, it bombs, and you don't acknowledge it. It's like, okay, this guy's just gonna act like he didn't just like nobody laughed at this last joke. He's not gonna say anything about that.
I think that skill comes from some time of doing stand up.
Yeah, yeah,
You pick that up, that
yeah.
ability.
To just like bounce back or just like oh shit,
You're
that was
just trying
bad.
to remember what you're gonna say. Then at some certain point you are able to acknowledge
Mhm.
uh, whether something hits or something doesn't hit.
Yeah, exactly.
The joke will bomb, and then you say something, and then people will laugh. Just
And
yeah, that was
they're
a
back
shitty
on.
joke. Yeah,
They're back on the train.
you got to. It's
Yep.
that's what's cool about stand up. It's fun, man. You're riding that wave.
It is a wave. It is a freaking wave, and we're all in it for it.
This is so bad.
What?
I sound like a piece of shit.
Why? Why you say that?
I'm getting self conscious now.
You're nervous coming here.
We're talking comedy. We're talking shop, but
No, that's fine. Are you nervous still?
a little bit. No, I
No?
got pee.
We're gonna wrap it up. We're at an hour, and it's all right. All the shit's midnight.
Yeah.
All right, let's do the dope shit. Yeah, so we do this thing. I don't know if you heard the dope shit. It's something that's not about you that you would recommend for people. It could be a book, YouTube channel, a show, porn site, venue, a restaurant, the website, the service. Like, yo, y'all need to check this out. What you have something in mind? I can go first if you want to. You want to go piss first?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Let me think.
So my dope shit is I caught on this podcast called Remember the Game. It's this He's a comedian, actually. I think he's from I forgot his name. Something blank. I mean, literally, his name is Matt Blank or Michael Blank. Anyway, it's called Remember the Game, um, and it's a podcast about retro gaming. So if you remember Adam Blank, that's his name. That is his real name. He's a comedian out of Canada, but he does perform in the U.S., I believe. But anyway, remember the game, the podcast. So he doesn't do any research. He doesn't like there's a bunch of YouTube channels that go through like the history of Mario Brothers and Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat and how the graphics evolve from one year to the next, whatever. This man just gets on the phone with his friends and just goes, "Hey, we're gonna talk about Ninja Turtle on NES," and then just from memory, just talks about the game. You know what he liked, what he didn't like, how hard it was, the music, the soundtrack. And I mean, I'm a gamer myself. I mean, I grew up playing video games. Um, I own every PlayStation, and I actually have the old school Xbox with a bunch of all the old school games on it, like a Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis, Neo Geo, you name it, I have it. So I love video games. But anyway, so yeah, he talks about games like, yeah, uh, Super Mario World, which is the best Super Mario ever made, Mario Kart, Contra, Streets of Rage, Sonic, Sonic 2, Mega Man, Castlevania 4 on Super Nintendo. So if you're a gamer or if you appreciate retro gaming, so you're talking anything Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis, um, Dreamcast. Actually, he did touch on some Dreamcast games. I did talk about it with his friends. It's very funny. It will take you back to those days when you used to play Mario Kart with your friends or GoldenEye in college or whatever. So remember the game, the podcast. Check it out. It's on everywhere. Spotify. I really liked it. I discovered it recently, and I am hooked. Sometimes I want to call in. I think he has a Patreon. Yeah, it is a Patreon when he lets people vote for what game they're going to talk about next. Um, so yeah, if you love video games, retro gaming, check it out. Remember the game, the podcast. That's my dope shit. What's yours? You got time to think when you're peeing?
I tried. I tried. So what I've gotten into, I a lot of people probably already know about it, but YouTube channel Soft White Underbelly.
Stuff what?
Soft White Underbelly. Have you ever heard of it?
What is it?
It's this guy just interviews people. He'll just let them talk, just their face in front of the camera. He'll do like cocaine addict, heroin addict, prostitute,
Mm-hmm.
meth addict, homeless, rape victim,
And they're all white
pimp.
people?
No, all different kinds of people.
Oh,
And he's got so many videos. It's a popular channel,
I didn't
but
know about it.
I just found out about it and I got hooked. You just hearing these people's stories. Some of the times some of the wisdom that comes out of their mouths.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
That sounds dope.
it's pretty cool, man.
I like that kind of stuff.
There's a popular video of a West Virginia family. Yeah, with
Yes, the incest.
the brother and the sister.
Yes, I
There
saw
was a
that one.
brother and sister that had like 16 children, and the mom and dad are dead now, but the kids are just like living.
The dude
Some of
barks.
them, yeah, he can't talk. That's that channel. But he
Oh,
did so
that's
much other
right.
stuff.
That's right. I heard on Rogan
Yeah, and
actually, and I saw
they
that.
yeah,
Wow. Yes. Yeah. The grown. I thought it was a kid, but it's the grown man that
they're all
barks.
yeah,
They're
they're
fucked up.
fucked up,
But
man.
they don't. They
But
don't.
it's not their
They never
fault.
really traced
They
it
don't
though.
know. Yeah, the guy was like, "So was it your mom or your dad or brother and sister?" And he's like, "No." Like,
And the neighbor
but
got
clearly,
violent with the
yeah,
with the guy. Yeah.
they're just like leave him alone at this point. Just let him die and just we'll just cover
I
up this.
forgot what the names are.
Yeah, they take him to Walmart.
Are
There's
you
a video where
serious?
they take him to Walmart. They're like, you can get whatever you want, and you just watch them. It's great content.
I gotta find the name of that family again. Oops.
There's like hoarders and some of those other shows that makes you feel good about yourself for watching it. But this one, it's not. It's just you're just in shock. You're just so attracted to it. You're in awe of what you're seeing. Is not like
Yeah, if you want to feel good about your,
at least you're not inbred.
yeah, man,
No,
that shit was scary. I forgot the name of the
yeah, he
family.
can't talk. the Whitakers.
The Whitakers, that's
Yeah,
right. The Whitakers, yeah.
yeah,
Sheesh. Yeah, that's some scary shit. Yeah, check it out. So it's the soft white underbelly.
yeah. On YouTube.
Man, I'm always curious about. I mean, I like that. I don't enjoy it, but I think it's always interesting to see just the human condition as a whole.
Yeah.
Like that, there's on Vice, the Vice channel. There's this one playlist about. It's called Informer. Have you heard of it?
I watch a lot of Vice,
There's
but I
it's
don't
the one
know.
where they put a mask on and they like hide their voice. And these people
Yeah,
have
yeah,
some
yeah,
crazy jobs. Like one of the guys is like he's a moderator for Facebook, and his job is to like moderate like decapitation videos and rape videos and pictures and stuff. And it fucked him up mentally.
yeah,
This other guy used to work on a yacht for billionaires, like people you never hear about that own everything, and like they can do whatever they want. And it talks about that. Like the one guy worked at a hotel, another one worked at a yacht. It's crazy stuff, and it's just they just say, hey, this was my life. This is what I went through, or I was part of a prostitution ring, or you know, human trafficking. It's like holy shit, man. Good luck, humanity. This
yeah.
this is intense. Anyway, where can people find you?
Instagram at best friend Munford Davis, Monford Davis.
Or you can find him in front of Vulcan Gas Company.
Yeah, I'm there like five nights a week.
You can't miss him. He has the beard.
Yeah,
It's um yeah, but I'll say this. Um One, you don't do an easy job.
I don't
Uh,
know how much longer I'll be there. I probably in the next few months I'm gonna try and find a day job because Rogan's Club opening.
yeah.
uh,
I mean, regardless,
I
thank
learned a
you
lot.
thank you for your service.
Yeah.
But
So you were saying you don't want to kick the drunk people out, but imagine having to kick drunk people out during a comedy show where you love comedy. These people are just fucking
that's
just
what I'm
talking
saying.
and just being disrespectful for the art form that you love. Like shut the fuck
It's a
up.
sacrifice, man.
Yeah,
And it's a job, but somebody has to do it. Hopefully not a
yeah. They
comic
should have
next
done
time.
it at the Oscars.
Yeah, boy. We talked about that last time. That was nuts. But he's fine. They'll be fine. I think
Yeah,
Will Smith has demons, but
we all do.
no, Will Smith has some serious shit. His wife wasn't laughing. He's like, "Motherfucker, you better get up there and slap the shit out of
That's
him."
crazy.
Yeah, and they did.
I hope Austin doesn't become like that.
What? What people
Hollywood like
walk up?
that.
I don't know. I I'm kind of torn on that because I don't think it'll be Hollywood. I think it'll be corporate, where there's such what's the word, movement and such growth that everybody and their mama want to be attached to it. And so I don't think the industry would leave LA to come to Texas. I think it would be like, oh, this is brought to you by blah blah blah, and then they start running the shit. I don't think it's gonna happen because, like I was saying earlier, it's become so decentralized that it's actually people who love comedy who are running comedy in the city. It's Joe Rogan. I mean, when he opens this thing, it's Rebecca over at Creek. It's comics running shows all over town. I mean, we're just in Round Rock for McDuffie's joint.
Yeah,
People doing shows in Taylor and Killeen. So it would be hard for someone to come in who's not, I would say, part of the community to do something because I would think that the first response would be like, "No, the fuck are you? Like, we got our own thing. We got it. We got it figured out. Like, we locked this. We don't need Doritos or Google to come in and say, okay, now I'm gonna run the comedy shit. Now we're gonna get into the comedy game or Netflix. I mean, Netflix already is, but it's gonna happen at some point. But I don't think it'll be as huge as it is in LA. But we'll see. If studios start moving here and shit like that, eesh. But I don't think it. I don't think so. Honestly, don't think so. But I don't have a crystal ball, and I'm just a dude with a podcast
Yeah.
who happens to be funny sometimes. All right. As always, so follow Mumford. Go check him out. Very funny. Shout out to Brian McDuffie on his show in Round Rock at Rocky's Piano Bar is really dope. Everybody fucking did well.
It's a good show.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you back.
And follow the feedback everywhere on social media. Like I said earlier, follow Hip Hop Bingo as well, and go see some live comedy. We're back down on stage too. Uh, so I have to cut that clip because David was on and he did this long, like it's like a graduation speech about live art for like 5 minutes straight.
Yeah.
Like go outside, go see live performance, go see live music, go see live comedy. I mean, we have a scene here in Austin that's trying to make it. It's become more and more difficult for people to live in the city because real estate and shit and Californians and blah blah blah. But if you want to support, that's how you support. You go see them, have a good time, cut the bullshit, leave the bullshit at home, have fun. Take care of them, take care of the people who work the industry, take care of your staff, the whatever venue you're at, take care of the comics, tell your friends, and don't be an asshole. That's the key to life. So thank you again. We'll talk to you next time. Ciao, ciao.